Hello, my name is Saad Ali, and this is part of the interruption. I'm here with Dylan. I'm here with Connor. Today we'll be discussing our NL wildcard predictions and who we think can make a dark horse run in the playoffs. We're gonna start with you, Dylan.
I have two teams in my head. I got the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are seeming to be DHing Jock Peterson to right field, from right field back to DH. So I think they could add a bat like Brent Rooker, who doesn't play elite defense, but he has some pop in that bat, 10 home runs this season. So they can put Brent Rooker in right field for the middle of that lineup, make that team pretty scary. They came in the playoffs last year, made an improbable run. I think they can do the same this year. But I have the Cardinals. They're pitching old, really, honestly, quite lackluster. They can add a guy maybe like Garrett Crochet to carry maybe the 2 on that rotation. And they have young hitters like Alec Burleson developing, Brendan Donovan with some pop in that bat, 16 home runs. I see those as two teams that could get in and maybe make an impact.
And now to you, Connor.
Well, I agree with the St. Louis Cardinals point. I think he made good points on that. That division is really underperforming right now. The Brewers aren't a really good team, but they are leading that division. So the Cardinals might even be able to make a comeback and win the division. But I do have them as a wild card team. But I'm going to have to disagree with your take on the Diamondbacks. I think the San Diego Padres are easily better than the Diamondbacks. They have Jurickson Profar and Luis Ariz, two incredible on-base machines. Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to get healthy. Manny Machado, both of them have the ability to drive in runs and hit 40-plus home runs. With Ariz and Profar on base, that is a deadly combination. Plus, the Padres have Dylan Cease, who has proven that he has potential to be an ace, and Matt Walter, who can randomly befuddle hitters with his knuckleball out of the blue. Also, that division, the Padres and Diamondbacks, the NL West, is bonkers. I think the Padres have the lead currently, and they're going to hold on to that. The Giants aren't a bad team. The Rockies, they play at Coors. You never know what's going to go down there. The Dodgers are a powerhouse. And I just don't see the Diamondbacks being able to beat the Padres enough to make a comeback and pass them for that wild card spot.
So in an all-time really bad season, the White Sox, Luis Robert is an emerging player that could be on the trade block. Which contender makes the most sense to go to and help them make that dark horse run that we were discussing?
I don't actually see Luis Robert getting traded, but if he does, I really do think if the San Diego Padres, who I was just talking about, added him, they would be a real World Series contender. Look, he has played at a really high level over the past couple of years, and that has been on a White Sox team, which has been, quite frankly, especially this year, dreadful. If he comes to a team that sells out every game, that has expectations to make a deep run at the playoffs, I think he will hit over 300. He will hit lots of home runs after the trade deadline. I'm thinking 15, 20 home runs after the trade deadline for the Padres. There's never enough good bats, even in that crowded outfield that they have. And I think if Robert goes to the Padres, they make a deep, deep playoff run.
What are you doing?
I mean, the Padres, they look to be making strides. They win 3 and then they lose 3. They're consistently 2 games under 500. Corbin Carroll's going to snap out of that sophomore slump, start hitting in the 280 range. He's probably going to still end up with 20, 25 home runs, 25, 30 stolen bases. I mean, this Diamondback team can come back and do it again with trades. And on that pitching staff, they got some injuries. Zach Gallen with that wipeout knuckle curve. You got Merrill Kelly, really good veteran starter who's injured right now that could come back and aid that rotation. I mean, this Diamondbacks team could really become dangerous in the playoffs. And I just don't see the Padres going after Luis Robert. I don't think they're going to trade him. His trade value is going down after the injury as we speak. I think the White Sox hold on to Luis Robert.
So the last thing before we go, and I make actually your point. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that, A, the Padres are over 500 right now, unlike the Diamondbacks. And second, like you said, there's a lot of injuries, and sure, they're coming back, but at least for the next week or two, the Diamondbacks' top pitcher is Brandon Pfaadt. I just don't see a team who, for parts of July, whose ace pitcher is Brandon Pfaadt, making a run at a wild card spot without an incredible hot streak that I just don't see happening in that good and underperforming NL West.
So last thing before we go, I know we're talking about the NL, and the AL is pretty almost set in stone already, and there's really only competition for the final wild card spot. Now, my question to you, Dylan, is will it be the Red Sox or will it be the Kansas City Royals?
I could see the Red Sox squeaking in, and they could do some damage if they get in, but I don't see it. I see the Kansas City Royals getting in with the young superstar Bobby Wick Jr. on that huge $275 million deal over, 11 years or something. That power is going to start developing. He's going to strike out less. Bobby Wick Jr., generational player, will get him to the playoffs.
I think it comes down to the divisions. I think the Red Sox have a lot more experience. They will easily do more damage if they get into the playoffs than the Royals. But I just don't see it happening. The Red Sox playing a division with the Yankees, who are looking to be one of the best, if not the best teams in baseball. They have a deadly 2-3-4 combination in Soto, Judge, and Stanton, even though I think Stanton's hurt right now. They have the Rays, who won like 99 games last year. Even though they're underperforming this year, you never know what random prospect they're going to pull out of their minor league system and who's instantly going to hit 300 or have a 3.5 ERA. And the Blue Jays and obviously the Orioles are great, and the Blue Jays can be sneaky good at times. And the AL Central is not that good. The Guardians are overperforming a lot. I think they will cool down. And the Minnesota Twins have been the streakiest team in baseball. They win 12 in a row, they lose 12 in a row. They could easily choke even their lead for a wild card spot. And I think the Royals squeak in at the 6th spot.
All right, thank you. This has been Pardon the Interruption. Signing off with Sada Lee as the host, my co-host Dylan and Cody. Thank you.